Okay, so I want to talk about the gay life in Montreal, the thing you've all been waiting for. So the gay village is very big. It expands several blocks, and you'll know you're in a gay village because the road is painted like the rainbow. The pride flag colors are paved around the street, so you'll definitely know when you're there. It's kind of like San Francisco, but yeah. So I guess I looked up the gay village before I went to Montreal because I just wanted to know what the vibe was going to be like before I got there. And I guess they had like a huge problem with homeless people after the pandemic, and they've been trying to clean the streets up. You just see like homeless people doing drugs. I didn't see homeless people doing too much drugs at all. Like I think it was very, very safe. I think it was very nice. Um then again, like that video was made in like 2021, this is 2025. So I would definitely recommend it 100%. It is really fun. There are a lot of bars. There's also a strip club there and a cabaret. There's also a lesbian bar, gay bar. Then they also have like a sex shop. They have several sex shops. Well, I think they only have two sex shops, but then they also have bathhouses and saunas. They have the Oasis, and then they also have the GI Joe. I didn't go into the GI Joe one. I went to the Oasis with a friend I met in Montreal, or an acquaintance I met in Montreal. And I went to like the bathhouse for the first time. So I just want to say I loved it so much. I think if you're going to go into a bathhouse and you're afraid of like being around a bunch of old men, I would definitely recommend you going in there with a friend, someone that you know, maybe around your age, because it definitely makes the experience so much better when you're not by yourself. um the jacuzzi was lit, loved it. The only thing that I didn't like was the steam room sauna. It just smelled like old people in there, like nasty, just ugh. Just did not like the smell, and it was so hot I couldn't even, and not in a good way. It was just like so hot I couldn't even breathe, and my glasses got fogged up. It was annoying. But and also like the rooms that they have you in, I guess you have to pay more if you want a larger room. It's just like the base for like a basic room. They don't really. It's kind of like a 2x4 setup where it's like you have a bed and then you have a place to stand up, and that's about it for a room. Um, I was able to get in because I was able to get in for $40 because my friend bought the room. I just paid for a locker, and I guess if you're there with your friend, you can just meet up with them, and it's fine. So it wasn't that much money. It was cool. It was definitely worth it. They have condoms, like free condoms that you can get too, towels and stuff like that. It was really nice. It felt like I was in like Hawaii, not Hawaii, but like a tropical. I guess the theme was like tropical. It was like kind of giving like Moana, Moana vibe, like a sexy Moana vibes. I don't know. I couldn't take pictures inside for obvious reasons because you're not allowed to have like cameras and stuff in there. But I wish I did because like the ambiance of that place was actually pretty nice. It was like it's on the tip of my tongue. It's like tiki torches. It's like Easter Island themed. I guess so. I guess I can say that. I can't think of the actual name of what the theme was, but it's like that. Very tropical, very like Atlantis, like beach resort. You get the vibe. Anyway, I loved it so much. I probably would go to another bathhouse again, but I probably would just go with a friend like I did last time. I feel like I would only enjoy it if I was there with someone I knew instead of meeting guys there, just because guys are kind of like creepy. And speaking of creepy, there was like an old guy trying to follow us around the sauna. And you know how like they have the dark rooms. I didn't want to go into the dark rooms because I don't want people freaking grabbing me and shit like that because I would fuck them up. But because I would like lose my fucking mind. I'm not used to that shit, and I'm not that comfortable with people just doing whatever. But yeah, no, there's just like a couple old people just following us around, and I don't know what it is. I didn't realize men could be that scary until I went into the sauna, and it's like now I understand what women are saying. This shit is terrifying. It's a different type of experience because it's like when you're outside and you're just strolling around, it's not as bad. But when you're like in a place that's like designed for you to get your freak on, and everything's kind of like very subtle, nothing but eye contact. I'm like, yeah, I'm starting to understand the fear a little bit. like I said, I wouldn't go there by myself. I would go there with someone I know because even if we did our own thing, that's fine. But I just want to have like a designated. I need to have an alibi just in case I fuck someone up. But I just need to have someone with me. Anyway, um, so yeah, enough about that. I did get my like first like jock strap thing cause at the sex shop because I just wanted to like a little trinket to remember my trip in Montreal, and I liked it. It's cool. That's where I actually met the guy that showed me around the city. And what else did I do? Oh yeah, I did get drunk. Yeah, I did drink. The drinks hit different. The drinks at the gay bar are the best. They get me drunk the fastest. But and they were also nice. They were also really nice. The customer service there is actually really nice. That's kind of like what I missed about. That's like the only thing I didn't feel in Montreal was the customer service overall was non-existent until I got to the gay village. Like it reminded me of like home a little bit just because people don't do like, hey, how are you? What can I do for you? Yada yada yada. They don't do like the pleasantries. They get straight down to business. And I think that's where a lot of people have the misconception of coldness. And I didn't realize that's what I was feeling until I like self-reflected later on. I was like, huh, I don't think they were being rude. I think it's just a different culture and it's just a different vibe. And people just have a different way of communicating. Some people are more direct. And I guess Montreal's a lot more direct. But when I was at Gay Village, um, people were a lot nicer, a lot more open, a lot of different types of people. So I do have to warn you, there are a lot of older guys at the gay village, but there are also younger guys too. But to be honest, a lot of them are kind of clicky. But there are some guys that are kind of just chill too. There's like guys of all types. Honestly, you just have to go up and down. Like it's, I think the gay village is like almost 5 or 6 blocks. Like you should be able to find something, even if you don't go to the bars themselves, you can honestly just talk to people on the streets. There's places to sit, which is also something I like about Montrose. There's a lot of places you can just sit down and relax. You don't have to always be walking to your destination. And also Montreal overall as a city is very safe. Like at first I didn't feel safe just because it was a big city and I had to keep my guard up. I didn't know what the vibe was. But like my last day, and I wish I kind of had this like sense of relief earlier, but I honestly felt safe my last day in Montreal. I didn't think anyone was going to rob me. I can kind of lower my guard a little bit and just kind of relax. And that's when I like really, really, really start to enjoy the city just for what it was. So I think it's also like you have to expose and let yourself get used and acclimated to the environment. Like you got to realize when you're traveling, you're in a new environment. Like your body, your mind, and your spirit has to kind of adapt. And you have to give yourself time to adapt. The fun isn't going to happen instantaneously. You're not even gonna feel comfortable instantaneously. Like you're probably like all over the place trying to think about where you're gonna get your next meal, where you're gonna get your hotel, what you're gonna do for today, how am I gonna get there, like who are these people? Like your mind needs a minute to acclimate to the environment. And I think the first day on any trip you go to, I think you just need to relax and just chill. Have a lazy day. Your body will do what it wants to do. You will relax if you just let yourself relax and stop forcing yourself to have fun every 2 seconds. You don't need to have a thrill every 4.5 seconds. It's not that deep. Um anyway, I got off topic again. They do have live music at the gay village too, so they have performers. Um Still there's some homeless people over there, but they're like I said, they're harmless for the most part. Um Oh, I did realize when I was on Grinder over there. So, like for context, I'm like a 7 out of 10. I think like 7 out of 10. I don't know. Yeah, pretty much. Um, the beauty standards over there are a little bit higher, or a lot higher than most places. Everyone's torsos look the same. Everyone's like ripped and jacked and everything like that. Um, Honestly, most of their face pics kind of look the same outside the color of their hair, but yeah, like it's a little too homogenous in Montreal in terms of like looks. Same, it's like the same type of a of attractiveness, like how there's like hot, cute, pretty, gorgeous, different levels of attraction or different types of attraction. Well, in Montreal, they only really have like one for the most part, at least on Grinder. Like I mean, I did check Sniffies too, but like I really can't tell on Sniffies because it's just butt pics. But yeah. And like I mean, even like walking in person and seeing them in person, a lot of people do have the same like body build, kind of like the same type of facial hair. Um, there's like a little bit diversity, but it wasn't really that much. I don't know. I guess it depends on where you go. There was some. Maybe I overlooked some people. I don't know. I was a little bit disappointed with the grinder thing, but who's not, honestly, at this point? But I did get some action, so it wasn't like the worst thing on earth. But I had fun. I had fun there. I think the gay village was like honestly one of my best places to go. I feel like if you're in Montreal, you definitely have to try it. Even if you're straight, just go there for the drinks. The drinks are good enough. The drinks are good enough for you to want to stay, even if you're not into like that type of stuff. But actually, no. Don't go to. I retract that statement. Don't go to the gay bar if you're straight. We need to have a place for us. Um, I redact that last statement. Anyway, I am kind of dragging this on because I don't want to stop talking about this place. But I ran out of things to talk about because that's pretty much all I did over there. Um, yeah, yeah, that's pretty much all I did over there. I'm trying to think of anything else that I did when I was over there. I know they have like a movie theater too, but like I said, it's in French, so if you don't understand the language, don't recommend it. But if you do, then give it a shot.